Detroit and Las Vegas paralyzed by two very different strikes. A major union strike in Detroit and a major cyber attack strike in Las Vegas. We're going to be talking about what's happening here in these two places and how this is grinding things to a halt, where money is being demanded on both cases. But let's jump into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar, and I'm an accountant, and we're tracking what's going on in the news out there, things that can impact you, and things that are definitely impacting our U.S. economy. All right, so the United Auto Workers, I think a lot of us are probably kind of feeling a little more in the camp of the United Auto Workers as they are seeking to get fair compensation for their work at the auto plants, but there are almost 150,000 auto workers that are on this union. They work at lots of different shops, lots of different production plants, part production plants, as well as the main factories. And what has happened is that the negotiations with all Ford, GM, and Stellantis have really not gone anywhere. And so for the first time in their history, UAW, or the United Auto Workers, are looking to strike against all three automakers at the same time. Now, UAW did bring down their demands. I mentioned last week what their demands were of a pretty significant pay increase, but they did bring their demands down this week. But the automakers did not bring down their demands, so they did not increase enough their offers, and so UAW is looking at going on strike as of this evening. So now we have heard more from UAW what they're planning on doing. They're not planning on doing a widespread strike where they're not going to ask all of their workers to walk off the job. What they're going to do is supposedly they're going to do some targeted strikes. They're going to ask certain plant workers, certain factory line workers to stop production. And in this hope, they're hoping to stop all three major production lines at the major factories so that all the rest of the workers get laid off. So they're going to have some go on strike to bring the production lines to a halt, the minimum number of workers that they can to bring the production lines to a halt, and then force the automakers to lay off all the rest of the workers so that they can get unemployment. Also, they're saying, and I don't know how much of this is in addition to or instead of what I just said, but they're also looking at doing kind of like sporadic strikes here and there to keep the automakers, kind of guessing where the strikes are going to be. So it's not going to be just like a flipping the switch off, and so the automakers can just go into hibernation, but rather it's going to be like they're going to flip off different parts shops. They're going to kind of do a chaos campaign, so to speak, against automakers, which should actually be possibly more frustrating to the automakers than just an all-out once and done strike. So a lot of the workers are going to be laid off and being called back and then laid off again, and this is going to cause a lot of problems for the automakers because when people take unemployment, they make unemployment claims against an employer, it does start hitting their unemployment wages. So they have a rate in which the more they have unemployment claims against them, the higher their rate is that they have to withhold and give to the state in order to, because the state pays out that portion. So the more unemployment claims means the higher that rate's going to be over the next number of years. So this is going to impact the automakers over the long haul, and it's going to cause a lot of chaos. So expect not a full walkout on Friday, tomorrow, but expect it to be an interesting development of how some of the workers go on strike, and it could be total chaos in Detroit over the next several weeks until they come to some sort of agreement. Also, let's move over to Las Vegas. So a major hacking strike has hit Las Vegas. Now, this is mostly, supposedly, it's called the Spider Dispersed or something like that. It's a network of hackers in the United States and the UK. So We're not even claiming that this is Russia at this point, but rather it's American and UK youth hackers, apparently, that are hacking both Caesars as well as MGM casinos. Now, if you remember Ocean's 11, they walked out with $11 million each from hacking, from stealing from MGM, right? The casinos. But apparently Caesars has already paid a $15 million ransom to free up their systems. Now, the Caesars hack happened in the last week or so, but we've just gotten the filing from the, they have to file a form basically telling the government that they've been hacked and what they did about it and all this kind of stuff like that. Our filing from Caesars is eye-opening because not only was Caesars hacked, but also they were able to access customers' information, including driver's license information, including driver's license numbers, as well as social security numbers. They were not able to, at least that they can tell, were not able to get into payment accounts or PIN numbers, but they were able to apparently access the information on driver's licenses and social security numbers. Now, that was a week and a half ago that Caesars was hit. They eventually crumbled and actually paid the $15 million ransom in order to get their systems back. But now, right now, MGM is having a same cyber attack, basically by the same group, but they have not yet paid ransom, and so they are being impacted across all of their resorts. Is that code for casinos, right? Money laundering institutions, whatever you want to call them. But basically they're being impacted on all their computer networks. So things like doors, automated door locks, they're having issues with. They can't check people in reservations. So there's massive lines of people trying to check in and check out and that type of thing. As well as their game systems are having issues where anywhere that they're networked, they can't communicate with each other, and so even though people are playing slot machines, computerized slot machines, they're not getting their payouts. So all of that, and then also potentially customer information, once again, being subject to this hack possibly as well. So if you've been a customer or client or a visitor at Caesars, any of the Caesars resorts or MGM's resorts, you could have had your information leaked in this last set of hacks. So if you've gone there, I've never been to Las Vegas. I've been thinking about going out there so I can go see the Grand Canyon, and I think a lot of us would like to see the Grand Canyon if you haven't already. But a lot of people go in through Las Vegas. So now some people who attend the casinos are more subject to a lot of these information leaks, but even people just staying at these resorts trying to get through in order to get to some other places. But this is definitely impacting the economy there. Like I said, Ocean's 11, they were the movie, fictional account, of course, were trying to target the $150 million in the vaults, and they each walked out with $11 million, but these hackers have already walked out with $15 million, and we'll see if MGM pays up and how much that will be. But this is a major strike against Las Vegas, and I don't know. Maybe you think it's a strike for the little guys against the big guys, or maybe you side more with the casinos. I don't know. Whatever it is a crime. And it is not good for the economy of Las Vegas. And definitely the owners and billionaires that own these places are taking more of a hit. All right, so let me know what you guys, if you guys have any information about the UAW strike, if you're part of the Detroit automakers, or if you're going to be impacted by these strikes. If you have information, please do pass that along so we can keep everyone updated on what's going on with all that. And if you're impacted by this hacking strike in Vegas, let us know about that. But thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.